Hello everybody, and welcome back to another freezing cold edition of Addicted Fishing. Today, we're out for another adventure once again, and you guys are along for the ride. I have a couple things in mind that I have for goals today. All of them are fun, all of them involve fishing, and all of them involve having a good time, that's for damn sure. I've had this idea that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So if we catch a fish today that we can eat, we're gonna have a little fun, pull over to the bank, and see where this day takes us. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Drop those likes below, be sure to comment through the video, and enjoy the ride. First bobber downski of the day. There's a lot of different things I can catch today. One of the goals of mine today in particular is to possibly get a whitefish for you guys. And it's a fish that you see us throw back and not make much of a deal about very often, but they exist all over the world. And these fish are a little bottom dweller in a way, and they actually are like the vacuum cleaners of the river, but in a healthy way. They don't eat garbage or anything like that, but they eat a lot of the smaller organisms of bugs and the eggs, and basically all the things that the salmon leave behind when they come and spawn in the river. So I'm hoping for some whitefish. I'm hoping for a steelhead most of all, but that really I'm trying to put on the back of the list. But of course, one of my favorite as well is just the trout, the rainbow trout or the cutthroat trout. So lots of those in here today. First bobber down out of the way. I'm gonna take a deep breath and we're gonna make this happen. That was a drain ski, dude. Bobber down, dude. Bobber down, dude. Bobber down, dude. Hey, we're the Bobber Down Dudes. We'll be here all week. Find us on Spotify. What the heck was that? I think you get all that? Yeah, oh, he's got it behind it. I found out what it was. He chased it all the way to the dang boat. Alex, I don't know if you saw that. You can see it on the chest cam. Second bobber down in the same spot. I was really curious what the heck it was. And the little guy followed it all the way to the surface. I've never seen anything like that. So cool. What a chunka la munka, dude. Oh man, perfect fish to start the day. Yikes. Just an absolute little specimen of a fish. Little cutthroat trout. Ooh, I don't know, I almost might be a little steelhead jack. I'm not too sure. Mother. Well, that one got away. Didn't get a chance to measure it. That could have been lunch, but the only way we can get lunch now is keep casting. Let's do it. Oh, he was ringing my bell. That thing was ringing my bell. The one thing I think is very important that I want to share with you addicts out there watching this video is when you're fishing these giant rivers like this. Today, everything in the Northwest is blown out. Everything's chocolate milk, brown, flooding because of the weather that we've been having. It has been an incredibly brutal winter so far. So I've come to different rivers that had the only good fishable water that I could. And sometimes, for a matter of fact, only the large rivers that are dam fed will have that clear water. So the only way I can do this by myself, and what I recommend to a lot of you people out there that are actually watching this video to learn how to fish, is treat it like a small river. Forget that there's that side of the bank or that there's that huge tail out down below us, and cut the river into portions. So like you see here, and you'll see a lot throughout today, I'm using only 1/3 of the river to fish. I'm not fanning my bait out and fanning my gear out and creating a large spread. I'm fishing directly behind certain objects and down certain fishing lanes where I know I can effectively fish. And so I'm kind of counting my cards, taking the hand that I'm dealt, and being able to fish that water effectively by making it a small river like that. So keep that in mind. Even if you're on the bank, don't be trying to cast all the way across, and don't be trying to cover an overzealous amount of water. Stay within your realm, break that river down, and treat it like it's a smaller portion of water. There he is, got him. Oh yeah. Oh, bendification. Bendification. We hear ya. I tell you, that bobber stayed down for about 1.5 centuries. Ooh, this is a little guy. Oh, this is gonna be under the legal limit. Really wish we would have been able to keep that first one today. That was our fish, he's gone. Woo, fish number 2. Yes. There he is. Oh, wow, what a bobber down. What a bobber down. Wow, how did I not get that one, everybody? That was a drain ski right in the heat of the moment. Oh my God, I'm gonna wait for him. What the heck? It's like they like it more if I reel it away from them after that. We got something suspicious happening, addicts. So I found this really fishy little section of water here. I'm turning the camera off for you guys. And you can see it out here in front of me, and I was having a really hard time managing my boat and steering myself through that fast water out there. So I've lodged myself onto some sort of stick obstruction here so that we're kind of anchored up. I got my jig shrimped back up, and I'm gonna hit this water over and over again and maybe get a little bit better presentation in it. Let's do it. Oh, drain ski doodle. I think he stole my shrimp. No, we got my shrimp still. We're good. We're good. Depth looks pretty proper. Let's get it back in there. I feel good about this, addicts. I feel good about this. First cast, bobber down. That's always a good sign. I think I'm gonna really let him eat it this time. I might be taking lunch out of his mouth a little bit too quickly. Right there, right there. That's where he wants to eat. Oh, it's under, it's under, it's under, and he let it go. Now, I didn't set hook that time at all. That was pretty lame. Oh, there we go. Oh, he did it again. This thing's got my number, addicts. This little trout is outsmarting us. Twice in a row on one cast. The first cast, or the first time he took it, I really let him sit there and shake around with it. I could feel his head wiggling back and forth, but I didn't do anything about it. Free lunch. Free lunch for Mr. Fish. Got him that time. Oh yeah, revenge. Revenge is mine. We got him, everybody. Another little Trout-ski, but we won that battle. That thing kept picking me clean, and I finally got him. Here he is. What a beautiful little fish. Holy cripes. Looks like another beautiful cutthroat trout. Just an absolutely perfect little trout. See how these things come right from the ocean? Got those white tips, beautiful spots, and they still have that like clear iridescent look to them because that salt water, that fresh water hasn't got a chance to affect that saltwater effect that they have on their bodies like that. Such a perfect little fish. See you later, buddy. That one was just a couple inches too short for our dinner fish. We got to keep fishing because I'm getting hungry, and I really want to have time to build this little structure that I want to build so that we can get out of the rain and out of the wind. I want to show you guys this little bushcraft trick, so let's keep fishing. All right, everybody, it's time for the gear change. I'm gonna gravitate away from the bobber and jig, and I'm going to the beads. Let me show you my setup with these beads. So with this bobber setup, I just had my 9.3 Okuma X rod with my slide float here with about 4 or 5 split shots on it with that little swivel underneath to keep the split shots from moving, and my Sink It series jig, and that was obviously working good. In a minute, I'm gonna switch that to actually an addicted worm and see if that helps me at all, because it might be one of those wormy kind of a days. The watercolor is telling me so. But what I'm gonna go with now is my same X rod, a little bit longer. I got 65-pound test on this with my line floats. I got a 1/2 ounce slide float. Got my little Dave's tangle free stick weight, 3 or 4 feet a liter to my first bead, and that's that incognito juicy orange. And then just below that, I have a real natural colored kind of I have a 14 mil bead on there, but a real natural color, kind of an orangish red color. Again, a little bit of a hook gap to my hook. Let's see if this changes the game here today. What is it? Oh, he came off. How in the world? So now this thing is much more prone. These beads are much more prone to catching those mountain whitefish that I spoke of just a few minutes ago. And a lot of it is because those things are really targeting those beads and those different sort of natural things floating down the river that they're feeding on right now. So I'm guessing that that's how we're gonna end up catching one of these whitefish. I have my fingers crossed because I'm starting to get hungry. He's there that time. Get on over here, little guy. Bobber down city, everybody. The bobbers are draining here today. Oh, another trout. A beauty though. Absolutely beautiful one, just another perfect little cutthroat. And this is such a great way to target any kind of species like this. these small fish in these bigger rivers like this. A lot of people don't know that they can use those bead setups and fish the exact same way we do for steelhead to catch these little guys. So keep that in mind next time you head out on the trout lake even, or any sort of trout creek that you like to fish. These little beads can really be effective. Holy smokes, that thing hit it like 1,000 bricks hitting the ground. Yeehaw. Oh, what is this? What is this thing? What is this thing? Another nice little trout. Absolutely destroyed that bobber. I don't know if you guys could see that out there in the distance, but it was there, and then holy heck, it wasn't. Still not the legal size. We'll take it though. Another beautiful fish. Gotta count your blessings out here on a day like today. And I tell you, this weather is absolutely horrible, everybody, for filming in. I know a lot of you addicts probably don't understand how hard it can be to make these videos sometimes, but today is one of those rough ones. I am freezing. It will not stop raining. We could not catch the right fish. And I just want to sit by a fire and enjoy lunch with you guys. So let's try to make that happen quick. Well, little intermission here, everybody. I got too freaking cold. I couldn't help it anymore. I had to stop, pull over into an eddy. This rain is just relentless, so I'm cooking myself before I cook lunch here. All right, we're back in action. Break time's over. We're going back to the jig though. Something is telling me that this little tail out's gonna hold the jig for me again. And I'm getting hungry. Again, the point of today's video is to eat something with you guys. So I'm gonna keep giving her heck and freezing my butt off until that happens. So fingers crossed, round two. Oh, that might be dinner, everybody. That might be dinner. That feels heavy. Whoa. All you gotta do sometimes, addicts, is complain about what's going on. And I was just complaining about how I hadn't caught one, and I got a huge one. Look at this thing, it's perfect. Oh, wow, what a fish. Holy smokes, holy. Oh man, I don't know what to do here though. This fish is, oh my gosh, look at this thing. Look at that jig hanging out of its mouth. Is that not a thing of beauty, everybody? Wow. Oh, this thing is actually tagged even. This is a tagged fish. This is so neat. Look at the colors. This is obviously a cutthroat trout, and this thing has been here a long flipping time. Now this fish I'm definitely not going to keep because it has that state tag in it, where they're doing research with these fish so that they can see when they're caught, see how far they move up and down river, and see what their life cycle is like. Maybe this thing's not even actually from this river. Wow. What a magnificent creature. All right, little guy. Thank you for coming to play. I'll see you later. Alex, that was such a beautiful fish. Probably the most incredible color I've seen on a trout in a very long time. How lucky are we to have caught that thing? And that is my first tagged fish ever. I've never caught a sea run fish that was tagged like that before. So monumental thing for me, and such a great way to start round two after going and warming up. Let's get one to eat. Let's get one to eat. That was epic. Okay, we need to make this happen, brother. 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 Come on, fish on, dinner on, bobber down. Feeling good about this. Feeling good about this one. Oh God, there he is. Oh. I don't know what to think about that. That was greasy. That was greasy. That fish has my number. So one thing I love about this particular place that I'm at right now, other than just how awesome the fishing can be sometimes, is the waterfalls on this river. And when we get these big rainstorms, all these waterfalls that drain into the river are incredible. So I wanted to share those with you guys for just a second here. We're gonna run up river, get some shots of these absolutely amazing waterfalls, and then continue fishing and see if we can't find ourselves a little bit of a meal here, because it's getting cold and I'm getting hungry. So enjoy.
down.
Oh yeah, there's something there. Oh, that's big. That's big. There's something big. Giant salmon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This thing is zombified. Holy crap. Take a look at this, addicts. Look at this. Just this freaking mean green fighting machine here. Oh boy, he's whipping me.
Huge.
He's whipping me. Wasn't even looking, everyone. Oh, this thing is so heavy, and we're about to go through a giant rapid. This is getting scary. This is getting real. Oh, holy shnikes, addicts. Oh, this was an accident. This was not the guy I was looking for. Okay, here, we're gonna get a good look at him here. Wow.
That thing is huge.
This thing is giant, addicts. I want to show this to you guys. I'm gonna try to get into a safe spot in the river here so that I can grab him and kind of just get a little bit of a look. Well, this was an accidental catch. So I'm fishing in and around where salmon are spawning because I'm trying to catch these trout that are eating their eggs. And this thing could not leave the 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗪 jig alone. And normally would not want to be catching these things. This was not my goal, was to catch this fish right here. But it happened, and it's an incredible looking fish. I want to show you guys exactly what we're looking at here. Wow, look at this thing. What a dinosaur of a fish. This thing's all moldy. He's on his way to becoming a zombie. So if you guys don't know, the Chinook salmon comes in the fall, especially this strain, and spends about a month or two in the river before they spawn. And then once they spawn, they actually die and feed the next generation of fish as those eggs hatch, and they'll eat off of those carcasses all the way through the winter and into the spring. So this guy's getting pretty close to it. He's still got a lot of fight in him. Let me get him with a hand here. No. There he goes, and he stole my jig, but I'll give it to him. Those beautiful creatures are so cool to get to see, especially when you're seeing them in there spawning and stuff like that. Let's get back to fishing. It's starting to get really dark on us here. Whoa, whoa. Oh my God, what is this? Another trout. Whoa, little's in action. Okay, this is looking much more like it here. I better get my measuring tape out. Oh, baby, that looks like lunch. That's lunch, everybody. Yes, sir, boss. Okay, so I'm making the call, everybody. This is a little jack steelhead. I was gonna keep the darn thing because it was a perfect size fish, but that is not a cutthroat. It's a little baby steelhead there, a wild fish nonetheless. So I'm gonna get him back in there. Whatever it is, it's on there. It's on there. This could be the last 𝗛𝗃 fish, guys. This is like, we're running out of daylight. I really want to do some cooking with you guys and just enjoy a little bit more of the day with you. Sit next to the river with a fire. And I really wanted a fish to cook over that fire, and I think we just got it. I'm gonna have to make quick work of this though. Bringing him in the boat. That looks perfect. We got him. He got him. That is the fish we've been looking for all dang day. That's what we call lunch, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We did it together, addicts. Thank goodness. Let's go make a fire. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheater life hack here. A lot of you are probably gonna laugh at me, and I hope it goes well because we still have to get home with the motor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to undo one side of my line here on my fuel line. I'm gonna spray a little bit of gas onto my bundle of kindling that I got from the store to make this a little bit easier on me today. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna work, addicts.
Well, apparently that's not gonna work. But I think I have another trick up my sleeve.
Okay, we have our wood, but now we need our tools for starting the fire. And I see a couple of cedar trees over here. And cedars are a very safe way to always find something dry to start a fire with, whether it's the moss underneath the limbs and or some stuff that you salvage from the bark, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. After I make it through this jungle of thicker bushes, blackberries are ruthless. They have no cares but to mess my day up. Okay, we're almost there. Whoa, almost died. But here it is. So you can see this is a cedar tree by the way it is. We have these long, wide boughs. The smell is very nice. It smells just like cedar, obviously, because it is. But it's almost always dry because I think it's the layers of the tree above it that keeps it dry, just the way that it covers the ground above these trees and the way they grow. Keeps the understory just like you see here. So what I'm gonna do off the bottom end of this tree, I'm gonna take a couple of little layers of this bark off and just start stripping that stuff back. And what you'll find underneath, even in the most hellacious torrential downpour, you'll find these layers of duff basically, that where you can get some of that dry wood. Got the wrong seasoning, everybody. I was just about to start this little cook, and all I grabbed was salt. Typical me. Always forgetting stuff. And I also forgot my fork. Oh, do you know it? So I think what we're gonna do now, from here on out, we and the camera guy were just talking, and I think we're gonna do a Jordan's forgotten item of the week. This week is a fork, but that's okay. I'm gonna improv, and I'm gonna make a little fork out of a stick. Fork out of a stick, if you can believe that. So I got my 2 seasonings. I got my fish all cleaned up here now. So let's get this thing going. So I'm gonna go healthy dose inside, a nice little dose outside as well. Here we go. Maybe a tad bit more salt. Oh, that's looking good. Fabulous. You can see the beautiful color of the inside of that trout. Thank the creator for this one. And thank you, Mr. Fish, for giving your life so we can have another day of life ourselves. Let's get this thing ready to cook. So we got a good hot fire going. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the stick through the fish's mouth all the way back into the back of the rib cage here. I made sure to make my stick a little pokey so that it can fit in there, and I'm gonna shove it right into the meat itself. So through a long and grueling process and a little help from my friend here, we came up with an even better idea. We're gonna spit roast this fish. So you can see here we made 2 spits of sorts, a sort of spit. And what these are just basically 2 little bridges across this fire where we can put this trout on and allow this thing to fully cook right over the fire here. So things are working out nicely. It smells absolutely beautiful. Okay, that bad boy is about as done as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna take some noodles here and package open. And what I'm gonna do, basically, skin and all, I'm gonna add a side of this fish right into. You can tell how that stuff is just done perfectly. It's just falling right off the bone. Oh, goodness gracious. Actually, the skin's going a little. I'm gonna give Little the skins for being such a good fishing partner today. Sorry, that was a total fake out, Little. That was mean. There you go. Man, that meat smells so good. That little bit of garlic on there. And look at how that just falls off the bone. What a lucky day. We saw some really incredible fish. I did not expect to catch a tagged one of all. That was probably the highlight of my day. Catching a fish like that is obviously a part of a research program, which I think is so neat that they keep track of these fish. That way we're allowed to come out here and keep them like this and enjoy the bounty that they are. Look at that, nothing left. Here you go, Tiny. You get the tail. Good boy. Here we go. Hot water going in. Well, I almost forgot. I don't have a fork. So I'm gonna come over here, find something forky. What do you think? I think maybe this one? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's go with that one. Trim a little bit of all this off. Start cleaning this. And a little trick a buddy taught me is that if you try to cook with these pieces of alder like this actually I think is maple, so it's not going to matter as much. But when you try to cook with alder, you have to burn it first, or else it can make you sick. So we're going to burn this first, just to be safe, and make sure to sanitize it. But nevertheless, we're going to have ourselves a perfect little soup fork, and then we'll just slurp the rest. Look at how amazing that looks. I threw it back in the pot, out of the bowl, and put it back in the bowl to serve. I just wanted to heat that stuff up a little bit more. Let all that meat, all that broth, and those noodles get to know themselves in there. Get a little acquainted. Get a little flavor jam going. So good. And look at the setting even. I got me and my best friend here. I got my boat, beautiful waterfall, and a perfect winter's night after a fun day of fishing. Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Fish soup. Wow. Just look at how delicious this looks. Shows you how simple a really tasty meal can be. Let's get some of that fish in my stomach. Need some protein. Really, really interesting mix between salmon and trout. It has this really bold, strong, fishy flavor, but not like an actual like foul fishy flavor. It's this really rich and tasty flavor that goes really well with the soup broth. So my very favorite soup recipe indeed. You guys should try it sometime. This has been an amazing day. It's so good. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Really hungry over here. I'm picking out. But if you guys like this catch and cook and you want to see more funny videos just like this one, go up here and click this link to this next video. Go down here, hit subscribe, turn those bells on. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so the world can see it. And comment below and you can be the comment of the day, just like this person right here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. You stay fishy and we'll see you out there.